Simulan po natin doon sa threat ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Ano po ba yung mga pwedeng kaharapin niya na kaso because of this threat that she issued?
The most obvious siguro, no, yung tinatawag sa revised penal code na grave threats. Ito po ay pinaparusahan sa ilalim ng ating Kodigo Penal, no? At ang definition ng grave threats is any statement, no, which amounts to a threat to inflict upon the person, the honor, or the property of another, no, or that person's family, no, of any wrong amounting to a crime. So pag pasok na pasok yung statement na pag sinabing ipapapatay kita, no, of course killing someone is a crime, whether it is defined as homicide or murder or what, however else it is defined in the revised penal code, no. And so a statement that threatens another with a wrong, no, amounting to a crime is considered a felony. It's considered a crime under the revised penal code. So yun yung pinaka-obvious based on dun sa statement na sinabi.
Now, is there such a thing as conditional threat? Kasi ito yung unang paliwanag at ang nagsabi nito una ay si Senator Bato de la Rosa at ito rin po yung binabanggit na dahilan. Siguro palusot ng Vice President, conditional daw yun. Is there such a thing?
Siguro iba yung pagkakaintindi nila dun sa sinasabing conditional threat, no? Kasi yung fact na merong condition na ini-impose does not make it any less a felony or any less a crime. Ang nagbabago lang doon ay yung parusang ipapataw kung sakasakali, no? Kasi kapag merong condition na pinapataw, no, yung penalty ay iba at kung walang condition, yung penalty ay mas mababa. So ang diferensya lang is kung ano yung penalty, no? Kung ma-convict halimbawa. Pero yung the fact that a statement was made threatening another with the infliction of a crime, no, of a wrong amounting to a crime, that remains a threat. It does not remove the fact that such a statement was made, no. And so magiging kung sakasakali, no, kung umabot man ito sa korte, kung sakasakali, ano na lang yon, matter of defense in relation to whether kung ano yung penalty na dapat ipataw.
Ano
Pero
po ba
it does not affect the nature of the statement, no? In my opinion.
In short, a threat was made. Yun ang maliwanag. Pero ano po yung pinagkaiba nung kunwari, conditional threat nga ito as opposed to threat as a threat. Ano po ang pinagkaiba in terms of penalty?
Yung penalty kasi nakabase doon sa wrong that is threatened, no? Kasi nga ang definition nga ng threat, grave threat, no, is the infliction of a wrong amounting to a crime. So if you were to say, sa hypothetical, sabi natin hypothetically, A threatens B, ipapapatay kita, no? So the wrong amounting to a crime is the killing, no? The killing of B, no? Yung parusa doon sa pagpatay, no? Kung ano man yung parusa ng yun, mas mababa ng 1 degree, ang tinatawag 1 degree, yung ipapataw for the grave threat. So, let's, magiging medyo technical tayo, Christian. Ano?
Opo,
kasi,
go ahead. Okay
kasi technical ano to sa batas eh. So, halimbawa lang, sabihin natin, no, homicide, no? Which is the killing of a person, no, without any other circumstances, no? Yung straight out, pagpatay ng tao. Ang parusa sa ilalim na batas sa revised penal code ay reclusion temporal, no, 12 years and 1 day to 20 years, no. Ngayon, a threat to kill someone, no, with a condition attached to it, no, will mean that the penalty for the grave threat is 1 degree lower than reclusion temporal. Sa ilalim na batas, ang tawag doon ay prison mayor. Ang duration nun ay 6 years and 1 day to 12 years. Yun po yung definition. So, ang epekto lang noon ay yung yung kung may condition na wala, kung walang condition sa ilalim ng batas, no, ang penalty doon ay aresto minor, mababang penalty 'yon, no? So, yun lang Christian ang difference, no, nung whether or not there was a condition or not, no. Yun lang yung diferensya doon. Yung
Okay.
penalty lang.
Okay. Pero kumbaga yung threat nandun, no? Pero
Yung threat nandun.
how difficult is it to prove this? Kasi kunwari sinabi ng Vice President, na sabi niya is common sense should be enough for us to understand and accept that a supposed conditional act of revenge does not constitute an active threat. Sabi niya, this is a plan without a flesh.
Ayoko pangunahan yung magiging teorya ng DOJ, no? But definitely, pag umabot, kung halimbawa aabot to sa pagsampa ng kaso, unang-una, yun yung doon siguro yung tamang opportunity na i-raise yan, no? Yung statement na yan na bilang depensa doon sa sinabi, no? Dahil po kailangan tingnan ng unang-una, kailangan tingnan ng DOJ kasi dadaan pa ito sa tinatawag na preliminary investigation to find if there is a prima facie case, no, to charge, and if there is a prima facie case, ibig sabihin nakita na merong elemento ng grave threat, no, isasampahan sa korte, no. Pag sinampa sa korte yan, syempre papatunayan ngayon ng prosecution, no, sa pangunguna ng DOJ, prosecutors, yung elements ng offense, no, beyond a reasonable doubt. So dito ngayon papasok yung opportunity na i-raise yung depensa na kung kumbaga sinasabi hindi naman yun yung konteksto, iba yung basa nyo, dapat hindi ganun yung interpretation, no? Depensa yan no? Kasi so it will revolve around the statement as uttered, no? And then how that statement should be understood. No? Doon papasok 'yun. So that is how it would be interpreted kung sakasakali pag umabot ito sa kaso at umabot sa korte. Ayokong pangunahan, pero kung yun yung hahantungan, that is the process, no? That is how they should look at the statement.
Pero how strong is this kind of defense?
Well, again, it depends on the judge. Ayokong
from your appreciation lang po as an expert resource person for this program.
You know, the statement can be understood, no, in its ordinary sense. The fact that people took it as a threat, no? Whatever the motivation is behind the words that were used, no? Clearly, it was said, no? That's the first. Now, whether it was said intentionally or not, no, to mean a certain thing, yun papasok yung interpretation. So, at tingin ko, if you look at the statement that was made, no, directly, no, it amounts to a threat, no. So, yun yung sagot ko. No, it amounts to a threat. Now, the defense will then have to prove that it really was not intended as a threat. I cannot speak to that, no. But from the face of the statement, no, and I think from the public reaction, no, it really amounted or sounded like a threat. Yun yung kailangan i-overcome ng depensa kung sakasakali. So I would say yes, there is some basis to say that it was a threat.
Can an public apology by the Vice President, assuming na mangyari po yun, can that cure the threat made in the first place?
Una-una, yung apology really does not erase the act that was done or the statement that was said, no. It only would affect the willingness to pursue the case on the part of any complainant, no. Ngayon, kahit na mag-apologize, pag sinabi pa rin ng DOJ, meron namang basihan na ituloy ito kasi kaya pa rin naman patunayan ito no, na threat siya at itutuloy yan, hindi apektado, no. So kahit na mag-apologize, an apology is not a way to extinguish liability